The Old Man and the Sea is a story written by Ernest Hemingway. The Old Man and the Sea is the story of an epic struggle between an old seasoned fisherman and the greatest catch of his life. For 84 days, Santiago, an aged Cuban fisherman, has set out to the sea and returned empty handed. So, conspicuously unlucky is he that the parents of his young, devoted apprentice and friend, Manolin, have forced the boy to leave the old man in order to fish in a more prosperous boat. Nevertheless, the boy continues to care for the old man upon his return each night. He helps the old man tow his gear to the ramshackle hut, secure food for him, and discuss the latest developments in the American baseball, especially the trials of the old man's hero, DiMaggio. Santiago is confident that his unproductive stake will soon come to an end, and he resolved to sail out further that usual the following day. On the 85th day of his unlucky stay, Santiago does as promised, sailing his skiff far beyond the island's shallow coastal waters and venturing into the Gulf streams. He prepares his line and drops them. At noon, a big fish, which he known is a marlin, take a bite that Santiago has placed 100 fathom feet deep in the waters. The old man expertly hooked the fish, but he cannot pull it in. Instead, the fish began to pull the boat. Unable to tie the line fast to the boat for the fear the fish would snap a taut line, the old man bears the strain of the line with his shoulder, back, and hand, ready to give a slack should the marlin make a run. The fish pulled the boat all through the night, day, through another day, and through another night. It swims steadily northwest until at last it tires and swim east with the current. The entire time, Santiago endures constant pain from the fishing line. Whenever the fishers lunges, leaps, or make a dash for freedom, the cord cuts Santiago badly. Although wounded and weary, the old man feels a deep empathy and admiring for the Merlin, his brother in suffering, strength, and resolve. On the third day, the fish tries and Santiago, sleep deprived, aching, and nearly delirious, managed to pull the marlin close enough to kill it with a harpoon thrust. Dead beside the stiff, the marlin is the largest Santiago has ever seen. He lashes it to his boat, rises the small mast, and sets sail for home. While Santiago is excited by the price that the Merlin will bring at market, he is more concerned that the people who will eat the fish are unworthy for its greatness. As Santiago sails on with the snake, the Merlin's blood leaves a trail in the water and attracts sharks. The first to attack is the great Mako shark, which Santiago managed to slay with a harpoon. In the struggle, the old man loses his harpoon and length of valuable rope, which leaves him vulnerable to other shark attacks. The old man fights off the successive vicious predators as best he can, stabbing at them with a crude spear he makes by lashing a knife to an oar, and even clubbing with the boat's tiller. Although he kills several sharks, more and more appears, and by the time nights fall, Santiago's continued fight against the scavengers is useless. They devour the Merlin's precious meat, leaving only skeleton, head, and tail. Santiago chastises himself for going out too far and for suffering his great and worthy opponent. He arrives home before daybreak, stumbles back to his shack, and sleeps very well. The next morning, a crowd of amazed fishermen gathers around the skeletal carcass of the fish, which is still lashed to the boat. Knowing nothing of the old man's struggle, tourists at a nearby cafe observe the remains of the giant marlin and mistake it for a shark. Manolin, who has been worried sick over the old man's absence, is moved to the tear when he finds Santiago safe in his bed. The boy fetches the old man some coffee and the daily paper with her baseball scores and watches him sleep. When the old man wakes, the two agree to fish as partner once more. The old man returns to the sea and dreams his usual dream of lions at play on the beaches of Africa. So that's the story of Old Man and the Sea. Hope you all enjoyed it. So thank you. Have a nice day.